Brakes are arguably the most important component on an F1 car. Half the battle when you're trying to lap faster is nailing your braking and memorizing the most ideal braking points around a track. So, would it even be possible to complete and win a race without using the brakes at all? Well, today we're going to put that to the test against the incredibly fast and highly competitive 0% AI. Hello, viewers.
Hello, viewers. And as you would imagine, I've done this properly.
I have done something properly. I recently built my TR160 V5 from TRAKRACER as my new sim setup, and I absolutely love it. I have an affiliate link in the description as well as my Discord, so if you're thinking of an upgrade, you can use my link to help support the channel. Okay, back to the video. Alright, so I'm going to try this out around Zandvoort, because it doesn't really have too many sharp corners, so I think that'll be the best bet. What I think I should do also is go into the car setup and add as much drag as I possibly can. So put the wings all the way up, and we put the tire pressure all the way down, and now the ride height will be all the way up too. So we're going to be super draggy, so hopefully when I let off the gas, we slow down, you know, pretty quickly. Alright, into qualifying here. As per usual, we're going to be starting from the back, so I'm just going to crash the car. I'm gonna do maximum fuel too, so we'll be as heavy and as draggy as the car can possibly be, which hopefully slows us down enough for the corners. Alright, here we go, parked up at the back of the grid. I'm just gonna keep my foot off the brake pedal for this whole race so I don't instinctively tap it into some of the corners, but we are racing. Really good start off the line right here, side by side, with Behrman really close to the wall and already letting off the gas into turn one so we can make the corners. So that's what I have to do for every single one of these corners in this race, is just let off the gas at the right point and spam downshift so I can kind of engine brake a little bit. We got Antonelli pulling in front now at the apex of this next corner, front wing damage, slamming into the back of the Mercedes around the outside of these guys, and Ocon on the racing line. That was just bad driving on my part, just slamming into the back of Ocon right there. Up into 10th place now. All right, well, definitely a better start than I expected into the points on lap 1, but this upcoming corner is going to be the trickiest one on the lap. It's the sharpest turn, I think, on the track. We get hit from behind. That kind of pushes me forward, so, God, there's no way I could avoid contact there. Slamming into the side of Hulkenberg right there into 9th place now. Lewis Hamilton in front, it's very slow. Out a corner exit and up the inside of the Ferrari we go. So into 8th place, but front wing damage and lots of contact with other cars. And there goes Hamilton. So we're gonna lose a lot of time on the straights to... Okay, this is... this is so bad. What am I doing, man? You know what? I can probably just use Piastri's car as a bit of a brake here into the next corner. As long as I can stick close enough to him on this straight, I can just ride the rear wing like that and let Piastri slow me down. Just act as a brake. I'm going to slam right to the back of the McLaren here, slowing me down for the corner. Full front wing damage. He hits Alonso in front and make it through the corner. That actually worked out. Passing Piastri now into 6th place. Alonso in front. The front wing is completely gone. I don't know if it was really worth it to sacrifice the front wing for a move on Piastri, because we're going to have to let off the gas now. And I bet these guys are just going to pass us into turn 1 anyway. So, yeah, that might not have been worth it. Oh, Sonoda, too. That's great. All right, past Piastri again, and that puts us into the top 5 now on lap 3. So this is going a lot better than I expected. This track is definitely pretty good for this kind of challenge. If there was any track that I had no brakes on, this is probably the best one to do it. I still don't really know where to let off the gas. Like, what's the proper point for this corner to have, like, you know, the right amount of speed to get around it in one piece without, like, cutting the corner or flying across the gravel or maybe hitting another car. It's hitting Piastri pretty hard. I think we're gonna have to come in. I need a new front wing. This is bad. All right, well, a new front wing and new tires will definitely be a welcome change. I just remembered I can't brake for the pit lane. Oh God, we're gonna get a penalty here. Too fast. Oh, I think I have rules turned off or something. I can't click the. Oh my God. I changed my keybind for the pit lane limiter, and I don't remember what it is. What a disaster of a pit stop right here. Oh my God. Dude, what button did I change it to? Okay, I got it. All right, back up to full speed now, leaving the pit lane. Absolutely terrible pit stop from me right there. We got Leclerc around the outside. I don't know why is Leclerc so far back?
Must be the water.
Come on, buddy, let me get through here. Kind of taking up a lot of space. There we go. So into to 19th now, so that's great.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Okay, sweet. So the tires should last to the end of the race. I'm going way too fast for this. Oh god. Okay. Yep. That's all right. It's okay. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. All right. Catching up to these this little group of cars in front. I am starting to get a little bit of a system down for. It's not braking points, but it's like liftoff points. Where once I lift off at a certain spot, it's the proper speed for the corner. So I'm getting the hang of it. It's just taking me about 6 laps to do it. We're purple in Sector 1 right now. We can probably go for a move on these guys into the banked corners around the end of the lap. Really looking good through here. Perfect speed. Oh my god, flawless right there. Okay, here we go up the inside of the Haas right here of Behrman. Looking pretty good. That's one more place. We got Hadjar. We have DRS on the Racing Bull in front. But it's not really going to matter. Going to let off the gas and close the DRS so we can get slowed down for turn 1. We set a fastest lap of the race, though, which is insane. I don't really understand how we're setting the fastest lap without any brakes. That's absolutely crazy to be flying up the inside of the Racing Bull now. We got Jack Doohan in front. We can probably swoop around the top of this banked corner, and that puts us up into 16th now on lap 7, so still a little bit of work to do. Well, if I had the use of my brakes, I could probably overtake at least 2 of these guys into the next corner, but we don't have any brakes, so letting off the gas, closing the DRS, and hopefully it's a good speed for the corner. Seems a little fast hitting Bortoletto on the corner right there. More front wing damage up the inside on the gravel. Big kick of wheel spin too. And alongside the Mercedes now into the second to last corner on the lap. We got Stroll in front now, and we will have DRS on the Aston Martin. Kind of a sketchy overtake right here. Really close to the wall, but it doesn't even really matter because Stroll is just going to fly past us into turn 1. Because again, we don't we don't have any brakes. So yeah, gonna go nice and easy around the outside of Lance Stroll right here, and that puts us into 13th place on lap 9. So halfway through the race, but I believe all the other cars still have to make a pit stop, so that could be absolutely huge for us. So I think ideally we want to be in second gear for this corner here. That seems like it's the best, as long as we can get down to second, we'll have the proper amount of speed for this quick right and left-hander. Looking pretty good through there. Really close to Gasly in the Alpine. He's kind of, okay, blocking me off on the left side right there. That was a little bit rude, but we can probably go for something through the second banked turn. I have a feeling some of these cars are going to be heading into the pit lane here. We got Ocon pulling into the pits, and it looks like Gasly as well. So passing some people in the pit lane, and that's going to put us up to 7th place on lap 10 now. So definitely making progress with some of these pit stops from the rest of the field. Should be a quick and easy move on Liam Lawson here, the most recent victim of the Red Bull second seat. We got Sonoda in front now, the most current victim of the Red Bull second seat. We could probably go for a move on him up the inside, and there we go. That was pretty indicative of what actually happens at Red Bull. I think Hamilton and Alonso will be pulling into the pit lane on this lap, but we can go for an overtake anyway because I think we just have too much overspeed on these guys with DRS around the outside on that banked turn, flying past Alonso and passing a couple cars in the pit lane here, and this is going to put us into first place on lap 11. Might not be over yet. We got George Russell behind us. Just over a second is the gap to the Mercedes behind. He's on a fresh set of soft compound tires, so I don't know if that's going to really make any kind of difference in this race. Russell up the inside into this quick right and left-hander on lap 12 now, so just a handful of laps remaining, and George takes first place, squeezing us out to the curb, and we're going to try to find a spot to overtake where we don't get re-overtaken immediately. We need to build a gap as soon as we overtake this guy. This corner is a little tricky because I can't really go for a move here because I don't have any brakes, and this is the harshest braking zone on the lap. It seems like we're a little fast forward this time around onto the gravel and slamming into the side of George Russell.
He just fully turned into me.
Here we go for a move on Russell onto lap 14 in just a second here, passing Russell into first place and back into second place. We're close enough to go for something here through the banked turn in Sector 1, really close to George Russell, just behind the Mercedes right now. Gonna tuck into the slipstream, switch to the left side, and try to squeeze George towards the grass. And there we go, back into first place. So all we gotta do now is make sure we avoid any major mistakes and just don't let George Russell re-overtake us on any of the straights. That's all we have to do. Only a couple laps to go here on the main straight now. Gonna lift off the gas and downshift as much as I can. I need all the engine braking for turn 1. Russell getting really close in the braking zone of turn 1 here on lap 16 of 18. So we've got just a couple more laps to keep it behind. Here we go, on to the final lap in just a second here. The gap to Russell behind is 1.4 seconds. Pretty much into the engine braking zone we go here, really trying to get the car slowed down for turn 1. Russell really shrinking the gap. It's down to 0.6 now. We're definitely a lot faster through the end of Sector 1 and all of Sector 2, so hopefully that builds a bit more of a gap. Almost 2 seconds is the gap to Russell now, so we're making progress, but we have the huge lift on this next straight coming up where he can gain a lot of time. Yeah, the gap's starting to go down a little bit. 1.21 second, now 0.7 is the gap to Russell, really trying to get through here. In 1P, he's got a good corner exit, and that's all that is going to be really necessary, I think, to win us this race. We're much faster than the 0% AI on corner exit. So around the final corner we go, and taking first place without using the brake pedal at all against the 0% AI. And it's a home race victory for Max Verstappen right there.
Nice pushing 72 laps here. I love it. Great job, guys.
All right, not too bad. I think that was definitely the track to do this on. If this was in like Monza, I think I'd be cooked.